I may, as I talk here for the next minute, get a little heated, so we may have some bleeps. But I think it's really stupid because people are comparing Pokemon to pals and vice versa. And it's like, yeah, they took a turtle and made it into a Pokemon. And guess what? Pal World took a turtle and turned it into a pal, and they look similar. What?
Yeah.
It's a turtle!
0%.
See, this is what we're doing. We need to not be doing this so we can start the episode.
Welcome back to Vandals Offline, the #1 hit podcast show on Spotify, YouTube, and other things. Second to Joe Rogan. The Joe Rogan Experience.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Right over Distractables 2.
We're
Slot right in between the two.
Right in between.
Sorry,
we're back.
Mark.
We're back from a, I don't know when our last episode was.
It went
I
out
don't
2 weeks ago.
remember either.
From a 2-week break.
Yes.
2-week hiatus, which is probably going to be fairly consistent throughout the summer, the rest of the summer.
I mean,
We're already halfway through.
Pretty
we,
much,
We have like
yeah.
a month left until school starts back up. So
Yuck.
we don't have very long until we actually get back into the swing of the whole esports season. So
That's when we'll have our content be more back to our players
yes,
actually competing,
and
winning more titles.
not just us talking about random games that we're playing and stuff like that. But
We'll get to that eventually, but I'm curious to see, because it's going to be fairly different this upcoming season, just because a lot of our hit players were either graduating or are
True.
not returning. So I'm very curious to see which team ends up shaping up to be our best team now, because like all of our R6 guys are leaving or graduating.
Right.
Our Valorant star captain Jacob graduated, and so our Smash team also had 2 graduates over the last year. So I really don't know which team is going to come out and be like our representation team now.
I don't either. It's kind of a reset, like, year for almost all of our teams.
which
Yeah.
kind of makes sense if you think about it, because we are going into our 4th year as a program. So the people who were here as freshmen who helped kind of start the program, they're all gone.
They're either gone or leaving.
Yeah.
So sad. We're
Very
old.
sad. We are old.
Unk program. Unlucky. Hopefully it's for the better though. Hopefully it's time like a full refresh and getting
Yeah.
new talent in.
I think it'll be a big thing. I think us getting the space next door is also going to be a big thing for the school kind of getting eyes on us and seeing how we run stuff. So
Oh, speaking of the school getting eyes on us, they put a video out about us a little bit
True.
ago.
They did. I watched that today. It was the interview with Wyatt and Sam
yes,
talking about shoutcasting.
yeah, both of which have been on the podcast, so you guys should know them if you watch all the episodes.
Yeah, they did a good job, I think, at least in the interview portion. The video was a little interesting.
It was
Yeah.
but it was something.
I was watching it and I was going, these are some old clips, and we're going through and we're like, this is not recent in any means. Like,
Mm-mm.
Yeah, when Great Britain asked me, he's the one who made the video for the UI. He's like, "Yo, can we use any of you guys' footage?" I was like, "Yeah, sure thing, go for it." And he's like, "Oh, I can't download anything. Do you mind if you grab it for me?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I can go do that. Sure, no problem." And then he sent me the links to those 2 streams, and I'm like, "Bro, these are like 2 years old at this
Yeah.
point. Are you sure you want to be using these?" And he was like, "Yeah, I didn't like anything else." I was like,
Joe.
"All right,
Okay.
wow.
shouts out."
See how it is.
Sad.
So
Doesn't like me and my R6 casting, I guess.
I guess I genuinely don't know why he didn't want to use the new stuff.
Pretty valid.
So
Actually, it was probably because a lot of it was just mainly Wyatt before, and then I kind of hopped in to take the load off of him, so it was shared,
Mhm.
and then
yeah, but Sam for sure should have had a new one.
yeah,
Or I was like, because he's been casting League all year.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a very good job at doing it. So I was like, oh, that's really peculiar that he's going back that far.
Yeah, there was definitely some better clips that could have been used, but still cool that they made a video about. It was more about like the people themselves,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
guess, but still showing off the program a little bit.
yes,
It is nice having a guy on the inside. Great Britain is a great guy, and
Yes.
he's worked very closely with us. So
Coach of the Rocket League team,
yeah.
hmm
for anyone curious.
So
Has
y-
been for the whole program actually.
Yeah,
the
he
whole
was here
program's
at the very beginning,
existence,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking into this fall, before we move past what teams are going to look like, what is your predictions for our best team? Like who's our? I know who I think our best team's gonna be, and think I know who our best team can be.
Are you saying best team as far as how they perform in their
Yes.
season, or best team as far as like if we're going
Rank-wise?
based off of like division, who's going to be in the highest division?
No.
I
We'll
think
just
we'll
base
be
like
around the same.
which will be the
divisions.
most successful team.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like it's hard to deny that our JV Valorant teams have been notoriously very good the last year. Like
Mhm.
they're making grand finals pretty consistently. So I think they're, for whatever reason, they're heavy hitters, even though the team just keeps on changing. I'd say Rocket League's going through a weird spot, so I'm not going to put Rocket League up there just because there's a lot of unknowns. Same thing for CS as well as Rainbow Six. Like those are all of some of our top teams that we don't really know what's going to happen. So I think that I'm gonna go with Valorant JV.
My maybe pick is Rocket League Varsity, but that's very up in the air on how
Yeah.
things can turn out.
Yeah.
The team that I think will probably have the most success in having like a well-rounded team, surprisingly, I'm gonna go with Overwatch.
I was gonna say Overwatch was my sleeper pick too, just because they're picking up. Is it just one new player or was it two?
I
have
think
a few.
there's a bunch of people trying
yeah,
out.
there's a bunch of people trying
We
out.
might be able to
and
have multiple teams.
for the first time ever, actually, which
Yeah.
will be very, very fun for them. They can actually scrim against each other. So
Yeah, which is kind of a weird thing because Overwatch has never been one of our teams. It's like they excel.
Yeah.
they're
They're
always like
either
in the middle of the
below-
road.
They're either below or like they
Yeah.
just like kind of.
They're right in the middle, pretty
Yeah.
much, is where they are. So yeah, this will be really interesting to see them play for the first time at such a higher level than what we're accustomed to seeing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That-
there's a lot of higher ranked players that are going to be trying out.
that was going to be my sleeper pick. I just would go, if I were a gambling man, I would go with Rocket League just because even if our varsity team is up in the air still about what we think is going to happen, at least our JV team I know is solid and consistent
True.
because they've been playing with each other forever. So
I think we'll have a few good Rocket League teams.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just whether
So-
or not like our varsity will excel as a varsity team.
yeah, so that's the safe bet. But yeah, Overwatch is the low-key sleeper.
Enough about our program. Lame. We'll get back into that closer to the start of the semester.
That'll be in an episode or two.
Yeah, that's like 2 episodes.
It's like 2
from
episodes
now.
away.
Yeah, tune in a couple episodes and we'll be talking about tryouts and everything like that. But what do we want to talk about today?
Games.
Unlimited games.
What have you been playing lately?
I've been playing a bunch of different stuff. I'm slowly moving out of my World of Warcraft. I'm still playing
Okay.
that on, a few hours here and there. But I've been playing a ton of Pal World because the 1.0 released back on July 10th. Made a little server with all of our friends, and we've been playing. That and then just some random games here and there, but mainly Pal World.
Go Pow World. Having a insane amount of success
Yes.
for just like it releasing its 1.0 update. It's not like it just released. It's just, I guess it came out of early access, but
Right.
it has been one of the like most explosive games on Steam in a while.
It just hit 40 million players, yeah?
It had 1 million concurrent players at one point.
Wow,
or at least
yeah.
close to it, which in itself is insane numbers,
Yeah. We were
especially
looking
for a
at-
survival game.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy for that genre of game to have that many players. Like when we were looking at the Steam charts before the game released, the 1.0 version, and it since launch, it had like come down. It was like 1.2 million players for like the first couple days,
Mm-hmm.
and then it came down to 50,000 like after like a month or so, and it stayed at that until the launch date.
Oh, wow.
So for it being it's multiplayer, you can join other people's worlds and stuff like that. But for it being a survival game, it's not like you're queuing into teams and stuff like that. It's got a concurrent of at least 50,000 players, which is really insane. So
Yeah, for survival games like that, current players or like concurrent players at that level is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
Maybe you get that kind of thing for a release,
yeah,
and that's it. But it's been a week and a bit now, maybe
Mhm.
more, and it's still going pretty strong. I keep seeing videos of people just talking about how addicted they are to the game.
I genuinely wonder how big of a game it would be if Nintendo didn't step in and try and strike them, because that was so much publicity.
I think it probably boosted.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
what yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
I
I mean.
understand
I think
what
it
you mean.
boosted it
Oh,
by
okay.
a lot. Maybe not by a lot. I think
I
they
thought
still would have
you-
done quite well.
Yeah,
but
I thought you meant like halting their progress.
no. If anything, I think it helped them in the
Yeah.
end, especially since they won. If they would have lost, that sucks. And then they just
A lot of what Power World is what minus like a lot of the things that are actually in the game, but like at its core, Power World is kind of what people want out of a Pokemon game,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, not like the guns and stuff and
Right.
things that are in that game.
I
but
mean, what was that? One of the recent Pokemon games. It was like just in the city where they got rid of like the turn-based combat.
Yeah, Legends ZA is the
Yeah,
most recent one.
That one people really enjoyed, and that was like more of a open world kind of thing where you have to go and you have to catch the Pokemon, not necessarily in battle.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, I could be wrong, but it felt a little influenced by Pal World and their success. So
Probably, honestly. I mean, they had started playing with the ideas, a couple with like the other Legends game that they
Mhm.
put out. But yeah, they definitely, I imagine, probably took some inspiration from Power Word for that.
Yeah.
Now that being said, both of those games that they have implemented this have been spin-offs. So I'm curious if Nintendo is actually going to implement it in their new Pokemon game that's coming out next year, or if that's going to go back to the tried and true turn-based.
to me, I feel like they should just stick to what they've been doing because it's working. Like
Mhm.
it's, to me, I don't think it's worth them changing it because it's got a higher chance of flopping if they change stuff.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
yeah, people will always be happy with like the
Yeah.
the normal kind of Pokemon game.
Pokemon fans like Pokemon and they're gonna play it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But if people are interested in playing Pokemon and they play a game that's not similar to what they've seen in the past or what they want to play, then they're not gonna enjoy it. So
So we'll see.
we
The
will
o-
see.
The open world version of that's just so fun. It's a lot more entertaining to me than like the turn-based Pokemon games.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot more to the battles in Pokemon than there is in Pal World, because it's
Because it's kind of just you point and click, right?
yeah. Well,
And-
you throw your pal out and you're kind of like fighting, and you are just dodging pretty much. You're dodging attacks.
Yeah.
You can do damage, but you're not doing as much as your pals. Whereas in
No.
Pokemon, you're just like, you're gonna select this move. We're gonna hope they do this move. We're gonna block. We're gonna do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna sub out because of the typing difference. So I think there's different focuses, and that's kind of why I don't like when people compare the two because they are inherently different games.
Yeah, what are your guys' takes on like them taking inspiration for some of their designs and people saying
I-
like they're just stealing this design?
I think it's stupid. And I may, as I talk here for the next minute, get a little heated, so we may have some bleeps. But I think it's really stupid because people are comparing Pokemon to pals and vice versa. And it's like, yeah, they took a turtle and made it into a Pokemon. And guess what? Pal World took a turtle and turned it into a pal, and they look similar. What?
Yeah.
It's a turtle!
It's the same.
I
Like-
love the one they compare the whales, Kyogre to Panthalis. They're whales.
It's a whale.
Yeah.
It's based on a real life thing.
And if anything, Power Worlds looks more like a whale than it does looking like a Pokemon
Yeah.
Kyogre. I look at those designs. I go, these look terrible.
I saw the one that was what is it, the little cow from Pal World, and they're like, it has the same face as Snorlax, and you're like, look at Snorlax, it is 3 lines, that is his face. It goes face. I'm sorry, my nephew could just scribble on a piece of paper and be like, hey, that's Snorlax. Like,
I won't deny they took a similar art style. They took probably inspiration from a lot of them, but that's kind of just how that works.
Yeah.
If you make something like, especially like thinking of a mythological creature, trying to keep it somewhat like a real thing sometimes, it's going to look
yeah,
very similar.
Some of them too, I think, are really, really funny because, like, the other one that I see a lot of is the Lucario example with the Anubis guy,
Right.
right? And I don't know if Lucario is based on the Egyptian god Anubis at all, but the Power World design is like pretty Egyptian inspired. Like,
Yeah.
it's really clearly like this is supposed to be an Egyptian representation, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the Pokemon one is just it's a dog looking thing
right.
that kind of resembles it, but not really.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, I mean, come on, guys, it's an original idea. They look kind of similar, but that's just because theoretically it's the same base template.
Yeah.
So
The what's the Pokemon, the little sheep, the Wooloo,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
versus the lamb ball from Pal World.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're lambs.
they're both sheep. Literal 1-to-1, it's a sheep. It's not like they're trying to make it alien in any way. They're
Well,
both
it's standing on 2 legs.
What?
Hate
It's a
to break
sheep.
it to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Spoiler alert.
I think it's stupid.
The first pal you've seen.
It's like, yeah, there's some that look somewhat similar, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I also don't care that they look similar.
Yeah.
No, I actually think it's quite refreshing seeing some of the designs because some of them I'm like, oh, this is somewhat similar, but also it's just very different, and I would never see Pokemon do something like that. So
Yeah.
No. And then they get sued. And then they lose the lawsuit.
Yes.
Unlucky Nintendo. Got Power World saved by the GOAT game, Ark, Survival Evolved. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why I like Power World so much.
Maybe a hot take, like Power World more than Ark.
I don't think it's even a hot take.
It's
at
not
all.
a hot. It's they're two completely different games.
Right, but like if I'm gonna play a survival game, I'm more likely to play.
Well, because
Power
I
World
think
over
there's
Ark.
actual like
Cool. Are you playing Valheim over Power World?
Sometimes.
Exactly.
that one
They're
I think is a
different
better
games.
comparison. But
They're just very different
Yeah.
games. The whole like comparison of Ark, because they used Ark as an example. It's like you're using this thing you captured to fight for you.
Right.
mm-hmm.
That only like came into play later on in Ark's career. Like you couldn't store a dinosaur
the
in
cryo
a
balls.
thing.
Yeah.
They're very different games. Like the grinding, there's still grinding aspects to both of them, but like Power World is more like a if Satisfactory and Ark had a baby.
Kind of, yeah. With the assembly line.
There's a
and
lot
being
more
able to-
automation going
Yeah.
on in that. You don't really get that in Ark.
That's true.
Nintendo just sucks, I guess.
You know what else sucks? The World Cup final sucked
Yeah.
for
We-
anybody that watched it.
We have surprisingly been starting to watch actual sports.
I've watched actual sports.
Okay, I've watched actual sports before, but this is the first time that we turned it into like a big group event. I think.
Yeah.
Never soccer. I never
And
watched
never
soccer.
soccer. I've never seen soccer
Nope.
either. So this is the first time experiencing that. And overall, I wasn't super impressed. Like it was fun to hang out with you guys and
Yeah.
just be around, but the games themselves I wasn't super drawn to. I can see why it's the biggest sport in the world. Just because it's pretty easy and there are I don't know.
I don't know, but it's also not.
The biggest sport in the world?
They're good comparison. It's like it's so big because all you need is a ball.
Yeah.
That's all you need, and it's fair. It's a
Yeah.
good sport to play. In terms of watching, easy. Half the rules I didn't understand.
Oh yeah, no. That took us like what, 5 games just to figure out
I'm
what some
still
of the
learning
rules
new
are.
rules
Yeah.
every time, and I go, "Why is that a thing?"
Yeah.
Like they almost make it harder for no reason.
Yeah, we watched 5 games, right? We watched the quarterfinals.
We watched 2 of the quarterfinals, both semis, and
And then
then
the
the finals.
finals.
So we've
Yeah.
seen 5.
We watched 5 games, and I will say I was not entertained by the game itself. I feel like if we were sitting down watching a game, yeah, I'm gonna hang out. We're gonna chat and stuff like that. But the game itself is completely secondary, and it does not matter really much to me. And I understand if people want to flame us for this. I completely get it. My opinions are my own opinions, but I think that it was the final specifically was
Oh, the
so
final-
boring.
It was
Yeah.
really boring.
I was falling asleep in my chair.
There was multiple games where there was definitely entertaining moments in it. There was
Yeah.
things that I found impressive. Comparing it to the World Cup final, it was kind
I-
of miserable to watch.
I will say what was impressive in that final was Argentina's goalie was a brick wall.
Oh yeah.
Like it was insane. Like Spain took like 20 shots on goal and they made 1. Well, they technically made 3,
they made technically 3,
but the other 2 were
They were
offsides.
nulls. Yeah.
So but they made 1 goal out of like 20 shots on goal and he blocked all of them, which was insane. Just the rest of his team couldn't
Argentina's
do
one
anything.
shot on goal was kind of cool.
Was
but
like 15 feet high.
It was
Yeah,
a little high.
but
But
it was a
yeah.
little high. That was
Yeah,
it.
I agree with you on that was the most interesting part because Spain had the ball the whole time.
Yeah.
It was crazy looking at the graph that they put up where it's like who owns the ball the most. It's like Spain isn't on or Argentina's not on there.
Yeah,
They're just not on there.
they were on there for like they had controlled the ball except for like the last 5-10 minutes of the game where they were just rushing to try to score.
Right.
They had it for like 8%. It was insane.
That's why I was so surprised that Spain wasn't able to score
I know.
in 90 minutes. It's just that their defense was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was saying. I don't know what was more shocking. The fact that Argentina didn't have the ball at all, or the fact that Spain couldn't score the whole game after having the ball the entire time.
Yeah.
It was definitely a boring game to watch. There was a lot of fighting going on. A lot of
It was definitely
and
more
a lot of
violent than the
flopping.
other ones, yeah.
The flops were there was some flops, obviously.
There
'cause
was
that's
a
how the soccer
lot of
games
flops.
go. But there was a lot of just pushing that wasn't resulting in.
Because
Fouls,
half of
yeah.
it was flopping.
Yeah.
They would go like this, and then they roll over.
Yeah.
Yes, they shoved you. But there were some where the guy would just walk up and just
Dude,
shove
yeah.
the guy. And we're like,
in the background of the one shot, I was like, oh my
we're
gosh.
like, okay, I don't even. Well, refs just stopped calling it because they just
They went,
kept.
it's
Both
happening.
teams were flopping.
Yeah.
Well, and it was. I think they stopped, or they didn't at the start of the game. They weren't pausing play for somebody getting pushed or whatever.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
They weren't calling fouls like that. So as the game progressed, the players were just like, we're getting away with it. We're gonna just keep going, which then resulted in, okay, we need to make a show of it when we get pushed so that they stop
Yeah.
play.
There was plenty shows going
Yeah.
on.
I do
So-
think it was really interesting that we got a red card out of somebody.
It was
I
because
didn't-
of 2 yellows.
I
I-
didn't think the second yellow was warranted
I didn't
personally,
either.
but I mean, he did a 360,
Yeah,
which
well,
is
Oh, he did a
really
front
funny. He
flip,
flopped.
like-
from what we saw versus what the ref saw, I understand why he got the yellow because it looked like he just
Oh, yeah.
full on kicked him.
Yeah.
But in the replay,
He,
he's
barely
trying to
touched him.
stop,
Yeah.
and the guy kicks his foot and he full flips, and it's like, if you're gonna eject somebody from the finals of the World Cup, you have got to review the play. They didn't even look at it.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
It was a weird one because you literally see the guy kick the ball and then jump into the air as the guy's charging.
Yeah, he
at
was
him.
on one foot and he just flung himself
And
forward.
then he just
Yeah.
does a it looked. Hey, good acting. He committed that. That was a risky flop because that could have hurt him.
Yeah.
He literally did
could
a
have
front
hurt him,
flip and
or
landed on
he
his
could have
back.
gotten a yellow card from it.
Yeah,
Oh,
It-
and then one of the coaches got a yellow card too.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was funny.
Argentina coach.
I don't even know why.
I
It
think
didn't really,
he was
it didn't really
just-
show
I
why
think he
or
was
talk
just
about
yelling
it.
at the refs.
Yeah, I don't remember what he was getting upset about. I will say I'm not saying soccer itself is a bad game.
Mm.
Like that game looks so hard to play.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It takes a lot of skill, and those players are incredible at it.
And they're playing for 90 minutes too. I don't
Yeah.
think there's another sport where you'd have to be that intense for that long.
It's just in terms of viewing experience, if you don't understand it all, there's not a lot that happens. Like there can be high scoring games, like the third place match. That was a 4-6 game.
yeah.
Didn't
Crazy.
see it, but heard it was way better than the final.
Yeah.
There can just be games that nothing happens, and it's kind of boring.
I agree. I 100% agree.
But that's coming from
People
that
That's
from
the
don't
like
first-
play 'em.
like a-
First 5 games of soccer we've ever watched. So
Yeah.
I will say, when I was down in Twin for the first couple weeks or so of the month, we just had the soccer games on in the background. So those were like my first ones where I didn't sit down and watch them, but it was a lot more enjoyable just to see all the different nations playing. I think if I wasn't watching the bracket progression where it's like, oh, there's only like 4 or 5 countries left in the bracket, I think it would have been a lot cooler because there was actual countries where I'm like, oh, I recognize this country. Oh, these guys are an underdog at the crazy that they win here. So
That aspect's a lot cooler to watch.
yeah, so I liked that a little bit more, but yeah, as somebody from a baseball background, I was like, no, it's not the same.
yeah, it's
Very
It's just
Less
not. It's
enjoyable.
it's not my cup of tea to watch.
Yep.
For it being the largest sport in the world,
Hey, and we can relate it back to esports.
League of Legends.
League of Legends is the biggest esport in the world, and I don't understand how people watch it.
I think people might just have bad
takes.
taste.
Yeah, the rest of the world just has bad takes. Soccer, League of Legends being the highest viewed sports, and esport is insane.
Soccer makes more sense.
Yeah, because that
Just-
one's literally global. People play it.
Yeah, everyone plays it around the world.
Yeah.
And it's so accessible to everyone. League on
Well,
the
you
other
can,
hand.
well, you can say
ugh.
that the same qualifications are the same, where it's everybody plays it around the world, and it's really like it's free, so anybody can play it.
Every competitive game is free at this point.
True, that is becoming the norm. Yes.
Yeah.
That
So
is true. But if we're following the soccer thing, why isn't Rocket League the biggest? It's the easiest to watch.
Yeah, I am
it's
surprised
not
at
the
those.
easiest to play though.
No, that is true.
No.
I think being thrown into it, you can learn a little bit of a basics of League.
Or you can learn a niche character and be a one trick.
Yeah.
and be like cheese your way through victories.
There's nothing
You
like
can't
that
do
in
that in
Rocket
Rocket
League.
League.
It's
You just genuinely have to.
you
be
have to
better.
just be better at the game.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Games are hard.
Some games are hard.
Yeah.
Some games are not so hard. Like Power World.
I was
pretty
gonna,
hard.
I was gonna say like your Pogo Stuck or some of the other games that you've been playing.
Yeah, those aren't
Those
hard.
are not hard at all?
No, those aren't hard at all.
Oh.
Ooh.
Jump Kings. Pogo Stuck's hard. I think Pogo Stuck is the hardest fighting game I've ever played.
Well, you can decide that once you beat one.
That's
Have you beat one?
I've not beaten any of them.
Wow.
Somehow Baby Steps is going to be your first
Okay, so
Fodian-like game.
I've had this thought, and I need to have a day where I can sit down for 8 hours and not think about anything, and I just want to stream and just beat one and just be like, this stream is not ending until I beat Jump King.
You should do that.
I
You
feel
should
like
do
Jump
that.
King is my best option because I'm even though it may not look
I-
like it, I'm the best at Jump King out of all of them that
I
I've
didn't
played.
see you make it out of the sewer.
I
Did you
did.
make it out of the sewer?
I did.
Okay, I left before.
I
I
that,
made it to
think
the
but-
roof. I don't know how far I got into. I don't know how big that map is.
I think Jump King's also not that long of a game compared to the
Yeah,
other ones.
Rooftops is like the halfway mark, if I'm remembering it correctly. I think it's half.
That
'cause-
would be.
halfway.
You
Because
need to.
the
you-
castle is next, and then you have the snow area, and then you have
Is
the
that not
area
the
after
castle
the snow
and the
area.
rooftops are the same? No.
No, they're different. Because one of them, like once it starts raining, that's different.
So it's no. Well, you go from the sewers. It's raining, and then you leave the rain into the rooftops.
Oh, okay. I might have had it backwards then.
How long do you think it would take you to beat Jump King?
From right now,
Mm-hmm.
since I've played it recently, I think I can get through that first chunk in 20 to 30 minutes back to where I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it's a learning experience, and I have no idea. I think I could probably sit down and beat it in 4 hours.
Ooh.
Really?
I have so little faith in you, my friend.
You
I
should
feel
try.
really bad. I'm
I
really
wanna
curious.
try.
I'm really curious about how well
I just
you do.
I want to be able to sit down and have a stream where I start at like noon, and then I just go until I beat it. And I don't want to be like, okay, well, it's 8 o'clock and I didn't beat it. I want to just continue
no,
onward.
you do a.
Yeah,
your-
you-
this stream ends
So-
when I beat Jump King.
Or until I pass out from exhaustion because I've been here for 2 days. But
Well, it doesn't say you don't. You can just say the stream ends. You can stop playing, take a nap in your chair.
Oh yeah, that's what I figured you would be doing. Is I think it would take you.
Sleep stream.
Yeah, I think it would take you 8 hours. I think.
you think it would take me 8 hours?
I think so.
I think it could take you 2 hours. It could take you 12 hours.
That's true.
Yes.
That's the part where I'm like, I don't know what's to come later on.
Yeah.
So
It's like even if you get good at it, you can still mess it up.
yeah,
Jump King's one though. I think that if you learn it, you don't mess it up.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that-
other ones, it's like you can mess up the way you're aiming or the way you're doing things. But if you learn Jump King, you go, oh, this power done.
I think that's the reason that I don't have as much faith in you is because I know that while you are like generally a slow learner where it takes you time to learn stuff, once you get it, you
Whoa.
generally get it pretty
I'm
good.
not a slow learner. I learn stuff pretty quickly. I think.
I think your intuition is good, but even mechanically, like
Wait,
you were
whoa,
messing up
whoa.
one jump for like half of the stream.
Yeah, because
You didn't get out of
I
the tree
couldn't-
section.
All right, it's a very okay. You play it. You go live tomorrow and play it and tell me how it goes.
I can do that. I will do that.
Because you mess it up, but it's because you have to hold the button for a very specific amount of time. And if you go a second too late, or not even second,
It's
10
milliseconds
milliseconds
Yeah.
I
too
hate to
late
break it
or
to
too
you. I think
early.
there's a lot of those in Jump King.
I know.
Yeah,
That's what
why
I'm
I'm saying it'll be hard.
I know, but you're like, yeah, you messed up the same. Yeah, no wonder, because I was literally off by milliseconds and I jumped too short or too far.
I didn't say that.
So it's
Don't be mean to me.
I'm being mean to you specifically.
I didn't say anything.
But
Thanks for taking the blunt of that. I appreciate
I
it.
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of beating games, I beat Elden Ring for the first time.
wow, it's only
Oh.
been 5 years since it came out.
That's good.
I think it was last summer when we said that I had started my
It
run.
has.
Was it 2020 that it
I'm-
came out?
No.
No.
2021?
It would be 21.
It was 21. I didn't start playing it until last summer.
Oh no,
though.
22. I think it was like February 22.
Okay, so not quite 5 years. My bad.
Yeah, so I'm just a little bit late to that, but yeah, I beat the game finally. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
All I have left to do is I'm gonna fight Millennial with my duo,
Okay.
and that's the last boss that we'll play together. And then I started a new run where I'm gonna play through a lot of it and then get to the DLC, and then I'm gonna do the DLC just by myself.
Okay.
And I
Tough.
think that is actually gonna be a little bit of a flag against me because I've been having somebody else that I can play with, and the
Yeah.
DLC apparently is way harder.
Oh, it's pretty
So
hard.
I get to pretty much start with the DLC on the harder level that I'm not used to.
You
Yeah,
can
by
beat it before
myself,
this
so-
guy even beats it.
True.
So
Maybe
He's
I'll
still
do it.
there.
Maybe I'll play through Elden Ring again.
That's a good one to watch.
yeah.
You
So
do Elden Ring and then DLC, because beating Elden Ring doesn't
Easy
take
peasy.
that long.
no, now that I've done it, like I have 2 other playthroughs that I did. I'm already at the Halug Tree and one of them, and that's just my for fun one. And then the one that I'm going to do on stream is I don't know. I just beat. I just got to Radon.
Yeah, if you just focus main story
So-
bosses, you can get through the main story really quick.
Yeah.
But then again, at that point, you need to make sure you're leveling up to get
Mm-hmm.
things, and then
For one of them, I was like, oh, I want to play a fire, like a pyromancer build on stream.
Mhm.
Off stream, I was like, oh, there's a really cool weapon I want to try. It was Loretta's War Sickle. It's the one it's like the magical glaive. I don't
Right.
know what it's
Mm.
called. I was like, oh, that weapon's really cool. So I just speed ran to go and get it. I was super underleveled when I originally got there, and I have the weapon now. But when I was duo queuing with my friend, we were like twice the level that I was, and I was like, oh yeah, this area is actually way easier now that I'm at proper level for this.
Right.
So
That
does
makes sense.
help a lot.
yeah, you'll definitely have to do a whole playthrough.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it not debuffing myself because the last time I did it on stream, I did a dagger only run.
Yeah, don't do
Oh
that.
yeah, don't do
Daggers
that.
suck.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Daggers
yeah.
suck. They're really cool and fun to use.
Yeah.
But
they
once
suck.
you get to like harder bosses, they are terrible.
Yep.
Really terrible.
Well, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but we've got our kids camp going on. We were recording a little bit later than we were normally would. That's our bad. But, so we're gonna have to cut this episode just a little bit short and go be some camp counselors yet again.
Yes.
So
We're heading online.
Yep.
yeah,
It's play on words on offline.
taking some kids online with us, teach them how the ropes work. So
Gaming. It's a play on words.
we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Gaming.